So if you have not heard, famous rapper from about 10 years ago, Soulja Boy, known for hit singles such as Kiss Me Through the Phone, Turn My Swag On, and obviously you just cannot forget the one that made his name, Crank That. Well, he tried becoming the next big gaming console powerhouse. We've had Nintendo, Xbox, and PlayStation rule this market for the last decade, but Soulja Boy took everybody by surprise, and really this industry by storm, with the launch of numerous innovative game consoles on his newly launched Soulja Watch website. In early December, you could go to his website. He had the Soulja Watch gift card because you know everybody wants to get these products. There was the Soulja game console going for $200, but you know Soulja Boy's generous, only selling it for $150. Then there was the Soulja game handheld, which actually was sold out based on December 11th, and it was actually going on sale for $100. Again, the generosity. Then there's the Soulja headphones, the Soulja watch, the Soulja pods, the Soulja phone, and the Soulja pad. Soulja Boy's got everything for everybody. He's a man of the people. Except that all these products are cheap Chinese knockoffs and he's actually just upping the price trying to make a bigger profit. Seems like this is more of like a get rich quick scheme, but if you go to AliExpress and go to the company Anbernic, as the company who was actually making these products, all the products and even the pictures are here. He didn't change anything except throw his logo on there, which I guess A+ for effort. Yeah, but beside him upping the price, if you actually go to his website, the Soulja game handheld, he posted all the pictures. He didn't change anything. There's the color display, yes. Package, yes. Touchscreen, no. The model, handheld game console. And the type, well, the games included in this handheld game console, the Nintendo Switch, 3DS, Vita, and then a bunch of other consoles. And I guess the big selling point is that there are 3,000 games installed already, which is kind of the issue. We'll get to that in a second. But if you actually look at these pictures, there's some spelling errors like direction with 2 I's, and then there's knerding. Anyway, to the Soulja game console, again, you have a picture with Tomb Raider, which actually isn't even available on the console. Again, there's more spelling errors, and then there's pre-installed 800 classic games. And then there's also another picture with Street Fighter. Again, I don't believe that is actually in the console. Yeah, but both of these gaming devices, the console and the handheld, I do find it funny that they actually both have AV cables. I haven't seen that in years, but yeah, they're cheap Chinese knockoffs, and Soulja Boy raised the price up and tried to make a quick buck, and it seemed like it was working for a while, except that he kind of kept going on Twitter, and I really think that he may be responsible for what's happening right now. Again, we'll get to the rest of the story as we go along, but yeah, this is where it started. Soulja Boy took to Twitter. He was ecstatic about the launch. To the first person that purchased my console, you just brought tears to my eyes, tears of joy. Thank you so much for your support. I promise to continue my tech company and evolve it in the gaming world. I'm just a kid with a dream. You hear? Just a kid with a dream. A man or a boy trying to make some money. The next day, he also took to Twitter saying, wow, made $250,000 for my game console. It's only been less than 24 hours since release. WTF, thank you guys so much. Again, a kid with a dream. He's already showing generosity. Look at those sales already on his website. Now, the problem really for Soulja Boy is only the fact that these consoles or gaming devices have games installed, which obviously have not been legally obtained. And I will say the user interface for the gaming console is certainly outdated. I guess that's the nice way to put it. But some of the franchises that can be found on these devices include Street Fighter with the wrong artwork, which actually seems to be the case with a lot of these games. But there's also Super Mario, Crash Bandicoot, Legend of Zelda, Mega Man, Donkey Kong, Pokemon, Command & Conquer, Final Fantasy, Harry Potter, Gran Turismo, Mortal Kombat, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and more. Also, there's quite a few bootleg and knockoff games thrown in there as well, and just an FYI, all the games are old classics. I mean, the devices wouldn't be able to probably run anything from this current generation like Tomb Raider, which is advertised, or maybe even the last few generations, to be honest. But yeah, Soulja Boy would have had to obtain expensive licenses for these games from Electronic Arts, Sony, Nintendo, Square Enix, Warner Brothers, and many more publishers who actually own these titles. And I'm gonna say maybe one or two of these publishers maybe would have been open to making a deal with Soulja Boy, but most likely majority of them would have just laughed at him or simply ignored his request. But let's continue. Weeks later, if you actually went to his website, he added some more products. You had the Soulja Game Fuse, another gaming console. This man's been working hard to, well, bring the technology to the people. He also had the retro Soulja Boy Mini. This one was actually on sale again, sales all through his website. And even the Soulja game fuse, it cost over $600, but Soulja Boy showing his generosity by cutting it almost in half to $400. And if you actually check the products, let's check the Retro Soulja Mini. He even gives you an 8GB micro SD card for storage. That's generosity, people. Now, I will say the Soulja game console, the price actually did go up, so that generosity with the game console didn't last. Pretty much, if you're getting the trend with all of this, Soulja Boy teamed up, I guess, with a bunch of Chinese companies, slapped his logo on the photos, and that's pretty much it. I don't think the consoles are at all different. I don't even think he put his logo on the actual console. I think he's just kind of selling it through his website, trying to make a quick buck. Maybe he teamed up with these companies. I'm not quite sure. Not really knowing the specifics. But if you actually go to AliExpress, you can find, well, again, you can find the Fuse console for a cheaper price, only at $319. And I don't think that this console is illegal. I think that this one's okay. It's kind of a failed Chinese console. They tried teaming up with a lot of developers such as Ubisoft, 505 Games, Deep Silver, and a bunch of others. Assassin's Creed, all kinds of other games were on there. From a Forbes article in 2016 by Eric Kane, and this is what he described it: Chinese new Fuse video game console looks like the love child of Xbox One and PlayStation 4. And in the first paragraph, China is well known for its knockoff products, piracy, and various other forms of intellectual property theft, but Fuse's Tomahawk F1 video game console launched next month is truly one of a kind, or rather, it's one of several kinds. The box itself looks like a small PS4, it looks a lot like a small PS4. The controller, meanwhile, looks strikingly like an Xbox gamepad, pretty much an Xbox and a PlayStation 4 together. I think that's the best way to describe it. I think that this console is alright. I think that Soulja Boy, if he had just launched with this, he probably would have been okay, but the issue is really the other two consoles, maybe even the Retro. The fact that they already have games installed is the issue, because a lot of these games, they're not licensed, and Nintendo, Activision, and all the other companies that own the games, well, they have every right to go after him for copyright infringement, and you just can't do that. I mean, it's pretty much theft. Earlier this year, Nintendo actually went after a ROM hosting website, and that's really the issue, is the fact that there's games installed on these emulators, these overpriced emulators. If these emulators didn't have any games installed, he'd probably be okay, but he didn't do that. And Nintendo has every right to go after Soulja Boy, and that seems to be what's happening right now. But in the last week or two, there's been some interesting reports going out. I saw a lot of people linking to mtonews.com, and I don't really know why people are citing this as a source. It seems very unreliable. I mean, what they actually say is likely it could happen, but there's no verifiable information in this. This is what their report says. Soulja Boy has been reportedly contacted by Nintendo, who is threatening to press criminal charges against the Crank That rapper. Soulja Boy began selling a new game console to fans for $100 2 weeks ago, but the console is believed to contain copyrighted games owned by Nintendo. And yes, I believe there's Super Mario, as well as a ton of other games owned by other developers and publishers who could take action. Now, in the letter that was sent to Soulja Boy, Nintendo's team suggested that selling the game console may violate the Trademark Counterfeiting Act, and that if it can be proven that he violated the law, Soulja Boy may be subject to substantial prison time. How much jail time? Well, according to the Trademark Counterfeiting Act, imprisonment for the first offense up to 10 years and up to 20 years for repeat offenders.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
I don't think Soulja Boy's going to jail. I don't even know how this report came to be. I saw a lot of people citing it as Nintendo's going after Soulja Boy. He's going to jail for this. I don't think he's going to jail. He probably will have to pay everything back, and he may actually pay some big fines, but I don't think that he's going to jail. Now, in recent days, Soulja Boy actually has been discussing these rumors that have been floating about, and he took to Twitter in a rant: "Y'all don't scare me, I'm Soulja Boy, F outta here. Why y'all not beeping about the other companies selling consoles? Y'all don't want to see a black man get money, LMAO, trying to snitch on me, but I'm not doing nothing wrong, haha, eat a blank." We're at 5 million in sales. I saw some people saying that was 5 million copies in sales. I think he just meant $5 million in total. All this bragging, it just makes it worse for him, because Nintendo's lawyers and all these other publishers are just taking screenshots and he's making their own case. But he continued, "It's so funny, y'all don't know how business works, LMAO, nothing is gonna happen." Then he continues, if Nintendo is going to do something, they would have the first day. My console not going anywhere. Everything I'm doing is 100% legit. Stay mad, and I'll keep getting richer. And then he continues, Nintendo ain't going to do crap. And I actually think I read this in the reverse order. Whatever, you get the point. And he would also add, I'm not sure if this is before or later, I'm not scared of Nintendo or none of you blank nerds making YouTube videos. Eat a blank, and thanks for the free promo. Oh boy. Well, anyway, if you go to Soulja Boy's website now, well, you're going to find out that all the gaming consoles are surprisingly gone. Surprise, surprise. He still does have his Soulja Pods, his headphones, his knockoff tablet, his phone, and his watch still on there. I'm sure all that's fine. It's Chinese knockoff products, but it's fine. Legally, it's okay. With the consoles, though, it's just the issue of already having games installed. Selling it without the games, that's completely okay. But the fact that there's already installed Nintendo, Activision, Sony, and various other old classic games without getting the proper licensing, well, that's illegal. Now, even though Soulja Boy went on that rant a couple days ago saying that he was not going to get in trouble, Nintendo hasn't contacted him, he did everything legally. Well, he took to Twitter today, or well, maybe yesterday, and he said, I had to boss up, I did not have a choice. And then he had a shrugging emoji. And surprise, surprise, no, it's not surprising. Everybody knew that this is how this story was going to conclude, and I'm not even sure if it's just Nintendo. It could be various other publishers that will go after Soulja Boy, and I don't think he's going to face jail time. He's definitely going to face some fines and maybe some lawsuits, but he's definitely not going to be able to keep the money that he's made off of these game consoles. Nintendo has been a very litigious company. They go after a lot of people. Earlier this year, they went after a couple who was doing something similar, selling ROMs, and they made them pay $12 million, I believe. So yes, Nintendo is going to make sure that Soulja Boy pays up for trying to profit off of their old games. I mean, if there's a lesson to learn from this, I would say maybe Soulja Boy should have consulted his legal team first before doing this.
Soulja Boy, tell.
Now he's lawyering up and getting ready for the lawsuits that are coming, and I'm not quite sure if it's just Nintendo, but I'm just not surprised. Anyway, the saga of Soulja Boy and his gaming console is over. He did say he was going to be announcing an esport team in the future. Don't know if that's going to continue, but Soulja Boy's gaming career is in jeopardy right now, and it'll be interesting to see what happens next. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. What do you make of the Soulja Boy gaming consoles, the handhelds, well, everything that he's been doing? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below, but thank you for watching. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy this video or found any informative value, and consider subscribing for more videos like this, and I shall see you later.